Hello, hello, hello. How are you? It is 9:30 and we are going to get started. So, welcome. I hope you've been having a wonderful day today. And I know it started snowing for a lot of us on this first day of spring, but that is okay. It is up to you to bring the sunlight. So, today, oh my goodness, we are going to be talking about push it, baby, and what that means, okay? So, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Lindsay Vertner. I am an international personal development coach and a transformational speaker. And you guys already know, I need you to comment, engage, share. Hey, Amy, yes. How are you? How are you? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And my number one supporter, hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. That's my mom, guys. That's my mom. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you comment, engage, share. I hate when I'm on here talking to myself. I like to talk to you guys. So make sure you're leaving me those comments, sharing it with your friends and everybody else. All right. And if you're watching this live, then you know what to do. Comment all the way live because we like to party live, right? That way I can maybe answer your questions on live stream if I catch your questions, but that's okay if you don't catch it live because we love our replayers as well. So if later on you're catching the replay, then make sure you comment replay all day, okay? So, you guys ready for this? We are going to talk about pushing it. 5 things I learned in cycling class. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing, Amy. Thank you. So listen, you guys will never guess. Let me just play this. Hold on. Can you hear this? So, hopefully you can hear that. Can you hear? Give me a happy face emoji if you can hear that. Ooh, baby, baby. We're having a dance party. We are talking about pushing it. Do you guys remember that song by Tisha Campbell? You know, Gina from Martin? Back when she would sing and she had a push it song. If you know a song that has push it in the main lyrics, comment that below. Let's have a dance party and let's jam to all these songs with push it in it. But we are going to talk about 5 things I learned or was reminded of in cycling class. Guys, if you know me, then you know that I absolutely hate with a passion working out. Like, give me an angry face if you hate working out. Oh my goodness. And if you love working out, you are crazy. That is okay. Give me a crazy face in the comments if you love working out. I'm not one of those people. Now, if working out is disguised as dancing, then I'm all for it. Let's work out while we dance. Oh, yes. Yes. That's how you can get me to work out. Pretend that it's dancing. But anywho, last week I went, hey, Amanda, thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, last Wednesday, I went and worked out. I briskly walked on the treadmill for 2.8 miles. I was so proud of myself. And then I was feeling so good. I did something crazy and I worked out again Friday night. But this time I went to a cycling class. And if you've never been to a cycling class, that is whenever they have those stationary bikes and it's like you're biking, but you don't really go anywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, I thought I was about to die 15 minutes into this class, and it was an hour-long class. Oh my goodness. Now here's the thing. Whenever I got on the bike, my knees started to hurt. And I could have let that stop me, but I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do this. And then 15 minutes in, I really thought I was about to die from this cycling class, but I was like, no, I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Like I was literally like Finding Nemo and Dory, like just keep swimming, except in this time I was cycling. So listen, here's what this cycling class taught me. All right. Because we do this in our everyday lives. Number 1. Comparison is the enemy of success. It is the enemy of joy because here's what happens whenever we compare. It kills all progress. So as I looked around the room of this cycling class, there were people that had on these beautiful workout outfits. Now I had on some workout pants, but I had on just a regular old t-shirt. And then I was wearing Sperry's, y'all. I didn't even have proper workout shoes. I didn't even bring tennis shoes to the party. It doesn't work out. All I had were my Sperry's. Like, really? Yes. Amy says truth, you know? I could have compared myself to all the people that had on like full-blown workout gear. They had on the proper workout shoes. A lot of them had those Fitbits. Like, I know those are really popular, but I cannot do a Fitbit. I don't know, maybe one day. But a lot of them had those. They looked like they were like expert cyclists, you know. Now, if I would have let that hold me back from cycling, I wouldn't be here sore for you guys right now, because we're going to tell you about this pain that I'm in. Like, I'm going to talk about that in a second. But it was absolutely like, I couldn't let that bother me, that I didn't really look like I should have been working out. But that's what we do in our everyday lives. We compare ourselves to other people that are on their own bikes to where we think we should be. Like, let's say in your career, you feel like, oh my gosh, I've done the same things as this person, but this person is farther along than me. Or I've been saving this money, or I don't spend this money, but I'm in debt, but this person seems like they're always on vacations or something. We're always comparing ourselves to other people. We can't do that. Comparison is the enemy of joy. Hashtag that. Comparison is the enemy of success. If you want to get anywhere and take yourself to the next level, you have to stop comparing yourself to everybody else. They're not worried about you. And if they are, then they aren't really as far as they could be either. But you have to worry about you and only you. And that's exactly what I did in this cycling class. So we weren't worried about what I had on or anything like that. And as I was looking around, some of them seemed like they never got tired. And I'm like, I don't know what kind of workout juice they drank, but I need some of that because I was out of breath. Like, I may be on the thinner side, but I am not healthy by any means. And I could tell that first 15 minutes in. So let's go ahead and move on to number 2, because I don't want to keep you here all night. But number 2, you have to find your cyclist, aka your support team. You need to surround yourself with like-minded people. Let's say that you're trying to get out of debt. Then you need to stop hanging around with broke people, or people that are always calling themselves broke, or people that have no problem spending money on frivolous things that they can't afford or anything like that. Because being around those people, their energy is going to rub off on you. You need to hang around other people that are also trying to get out of debt, that know how to spend their money properly, that know how to build wealth, have savings, things like that. If you're trying to further your career, then you can't keep hanging around the people that are going to, that are just hanging around doing the same old that they were doing 10, 20, 15 years ago when you were teenagers. You need to get out and find people that are entrepreneurs, or find people that are in your career path and hang around them. You are the average sum of the 5 people you hang around with most. So these 5 people, whether it's family, friends, and even, well, I don't hang out with anybody. The 5 people that you're around most, whether you go out to the bar with them or not, you are the average sum of those 5 people. So you need to find yourself like-minded people of where you're trying to go. Yes, Takisa says so true, because it is. If you think about it, do you ever see broke people hanging out with millionaires? No, you see broke people hanging out with other broke people. You see entrepreneurs hanging out with other entrepreneurs. That's because you are the average sum. And this support team is so important, because when you're not feeling it, they will help push you. They will help you to keep going, because, oh man, when I tell you, there were times whenever we were supposed to be standing up on the bike and I was sitting down on the bike. I could not do it. This was a full body workout. Sometimes you're going slower. Sometimes you're going faster. Sometimes she told you to turn your resistance up. That means that like, when you push the pedals, it was going to be a little harder to push when you turn up the resistance. Sometimes you're supposed to be standing up. Sometimes you're supposed to be sitting down. Sometimes you're supposed to be doing these 1, 2, 3s, like all kinds of things. But there were times that I was sitting down, but the rest of the classroom, they'd be like, come on, you can do it. Like, we were supportive of each other. I remember one time I was sitting down and I was still moving because my ultimate goal was to just keep my legs moving, never completely stop. And so my legs were still moving, but I had my hands on my hips because I was tired. And whew, I was tired, y'all. And the girl behind me, she was tired too, but she was working on it. And I felt her, she tapped my shoulder, my elbow that was sticking out. And she said, it's okay, girl, make sure you come back next time. And pretty soon me and you, we're going to look like them over there. And she pointed to some people that look like they've been doing this in their sleep. Like, that's why it's important to surround yourself with people that are on the same path as you so you can support each other. When you're not feeling it, they will help to keep you going, okay? So very, very important. And you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to stay in the house or I'm going to keep doing the things that I've been doing, because you have to sometimes go out and find that support team. If you're like, oh, well, nobody around me is like that. There are people out there that will support you. You just have to go find them. Like if I wanted to go cycling, I'm not going to go to a dance class. I'm not going to go to Starbucks. I'm going to go to a cycling class. And there are other people there that are interested in cycling or they're interested in working out. And then together we can support each other. So find your cyclist, okay? That like-minded support system. And it's okay if you have to leave some people back. It is okay because your path is not their path. All right? We all have our own paths to walk. Next, find your trainer. Now, the lady that was leading this class, she was amazing. And sometimes we need that extra push. Like our support system is very important, but then we also need that mentor or that coach, whether you need a spiritual coach or a financial coach or a business coach. In my case, I'm a personal development coach. So I help you with your life and the things that you're struggling with so you can live your best life. I help you with your mindset. Sometimes we need that extra guidance because they can take us to new levels that we didn't even realize that we could reach until they helped pull it out of us. And sometimes our trainers know what we need when we don't. Like, for example, the trainer of the cycling class, she would walk around and yes, she would talk to the class as a whole, but sometimes she would talk to you one-on-one, like, you okay? You doing it? You doing all right? She would check on you sometimes, like make sure you go at your own pace. Yes, she would push you to go as hard as you can because really it's mind over matter and we can do so much more than we like to believe we can. But she would also make sure that you didn't push yourself so hard that you would give up, because once you give up, you've already lost, right? Whether that's in working out or whether that's in reaching your goals or in business or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, don't give up. So although she pushed us, at the same time, she met us where we were. And she was like, make sure you go at your own pace. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you breathe. Here's a towel. Like she walked around and gave everyone a towel. She helped with the things that we know we need, but we might not be thinking about in the moment. So that's why having your trainer is so important, AKA your mentor or your life coach, financial coach, spiritual coach, whatever it is that you want to work on. So find your trainer. Number 4 is you got to push, okay? Not me. You. Number 2 and number 3 don't even matter if you don't push for yourself, okay? You can have the best trainer in the world. You can have the best support system in the world, but none of that matters if you don't push yourself. Like, it doesn't matter that I had a whole cycling class around me and that there was a trainer if I was just going to sit on the bike and do nothing. I had to make up in my mind to push myself. I made up in my mind to make sure I just keep in movement, even if I wasn't doing everything that everybody else was doing. And there was, yes, Amy says, push it real good. That's going to be our theme song for the night, the salt and pepper that I played at the beginning. Y'all going to have to Google that and play the whole song before you go to bed tonight. But I had to push myself. Like, remember how I said sometimes we had to stand up while we were cycling? And there were times whenever she'd be like, up, down, and you're supposed to go like up, like you're standing up, but you're supposed to like lean up and down. Like, I don't know, they had this whole little system. So anywho, the first time I stood up, I sat down real quick and just kept on cycling. This is me cycling, by the way. Drop me your favorite emoji the last time you rode a bike, or let me know, when did you first learn how to ride a bike? Luckily for these, they don't move, so you don't have to have balance, but I haven't rode a bike in a long time. Anywho, I'm getting off track. So anyways, the first time that she had us stand up, I sat back down so fast, maybe in like less than 5 seconds. And then the second time I stood up and nope, I sat right back down. And then the third time I tried to stand up, but my legs wasn't having it. My legs is like, oh no, we're going to sit down today because the pain was excruciating. Like I told y'all already that I thought I was going to die 15 minutes in. This was no joke. But then eventually I got in my mind that before this hour is up, there will be at least one set of stand-ups that I'm going to stand up the entire time until she says sit back down. And so there's a time came, and each time I stood a little bit longer before I sat down. And then one time I sat down and I think she told us to sit down like a few seconds after that, but she wasn't counting us. So it was hard to know when she was going to tell us to sit down. And I was like, dang it, I almost had it. And so that next time I was determined to stay standing up for the full, I think it was 2.5 minutes that we were standing up. Yeah, so something like that. And I did it. Like I felt so proud of myself when I stood up from when she said up. And I stood up and we were doing our workouts. Granted, I wasn't doing all the up and down because I had to focus on one thing at a time. But I stood up the whole time until she said, okay, bring it back down. And then I sat down. Like it felt so empowering and it made me know that I was making progress. So remember, you have to push yourself sometimes. Okay. Now, lastly, number 5. Expect pushback from your pushing, okay? Like, yes, you have to push yourself, but you will get resistance because here's what happens. And this is probably the most important one that we need to pay attention to. What happens is we start to do a little bit good or we start to make a little bit of movement towards our goals, and then something happens and we fall right back to the beginning. Like, let me tell you, the pain that I feel to this day still, what is it? Today is Tuesday now? Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. I went to this cycling class Friday night, right? Friday, I wasn't sore. My legs felt like noodles, like they were just going to give out at any moment, but I wasn't sore. And I expected to be a little bit sore, but not the amount of pain that I am in currently, even right now as I'm talking to you live. So Saturday morning, I woke up to a whole new story. I was no longer noodles. I was in pain, like from my knee all the way up to my hip bone. My hip bone's connected to my thigh bone. Not a thigh bone, but that whole upper leg right there on both my legs were in excruciating pain. Like it hurt to go up and down the steps. I couldn't even go to the bathroom, y'all. I still can't go to the bathroom without I need a life alert. I need one of those life alerts to go to the bathroom because it hurts so bad on the way down to sit on the toilet. And if you've been to my house, you know I have steps. So just going up and down the steps, even just walking sometimes. Now, I was expecting to be sore because I've worked out before. I was sore the next day, but I have never been sore. I've never been as sore as I am right now. And so I'm like, okay. Day 2, the soreness will start to go down. No, on Sunday, I was still painfully sore. So Monday, I'm like, day 3, okay, now the pain's going to go down. No, yesterday, I was still painfully sore. Tuesday, we're into day 4 now. I'm still painfully sore. My left leg is a little better, but still sore. My right leg must be my dominant leg because it's like I'm sore from day one. Like the pain, oh my gosh. Like as soon as I got home, um, ginger and chamomile tea. And then as soon as I'm done with this live, I've got an Epsom salt and peppermint bath that's waiting on me. Now, this is not one of my self-care spa days, okay? This is a please get rid of this pain day. Now, back to the point is that this is where most of us fall because the pain that I'm feeling would make me not want to go back. Right? And a lot of people will give up right here. They'd be like, no, I can't do this. There's no way I can go back to doing that. Like, I do not want to feel this pain again. But when you go back, you'll only be stronger. And you'll have less pain each time you go back. But instead of remembering that it gets easier the more that you do it, we retreat all the way back and we give up. We throw our hands up and we say, no. That's what happens in life. Let's say that you're working on a business right now and you're like, excuse me, and you're like doing a little bit well, getting a little success, and then all of a sudden something big happens. Then you want to give up. Or let's say you're saving for some, I don't know, a vacation, or you're trying to get out of debt and you've got maybe $1,000 saved, and then all of a sudden your car breaks down and something else breaks down and you get a fee for this and you got a speeding ticket that you got to pay for, and now you're negative $300 and you're like, see, I can't never get out of debt. And you just go back to the same behaviors that you were doing that got you in debt in the first place. We get a little bit of gain and then something happens that causes us pain or strife that we're on the struggle bus with, because I'm on the struggle bus right now. And then we give all the way up. And that's where most of us fall. We give all the way up. But you have to push through the pain. You have to push through the struggle. You have to push through the negativity, and you have to keep going. You have to keep going. Like, I'm trying to figure out when this pain can go away so I can go get a membership at my Y so I can take some more classes. I'm probably not going to take the cycling class, but I am going to take somebody's workout class. And that's okay as long as I'm still working towards my goal to be healthier. Hey, Joy. Yes. So important. You have to keep going. You have to push through. I want you to hear that. Hear me saying that to you the next time you are going through a struggle. Push through. This is me on my bicycle again. Push through. Yes, my legs are still completely in pain right now, but as soon as they get better, I'm going to be in somebody's Zumba class, or maybe it's yoga, or maybe I might try cycling again. Not on today, but one day I will try cycling again. So you have to remember to keep pushing because it will get easier. So expect pushback from your pushing. All right. So let's recap those points. Things that I learned or was reminded of in cycling class last Friday night. Remember, comparison is the enemy of success. Okay, so you can't be comparing your journey to everybody else's journey. One of my favorite quotes is, you can't compare your chapter 12 to somebody else's chapter 20. And it's okay if your friend is still on chapter 5. You can't drag your friend along. It's okay to leave her back there because she has her own book to write. You need to focus on yours. And then you need to find your cyclists, aka your support team, people that are like-minded, have the same goals as you, okay? And then find your trainer, somebody that can mentor you. Like a lot of billionaires, they have their own personal coaches. Yes, I mean, I would love to have you as a client, but find what works for you. That's, I don't know, your pastor or some type of spiritual mentor or life guide or something like that. Just find somebody that is at another level than you and can help you reach that other level, okay? And number 3. Oh, no, that was number 3. Just kidding. 4, remember, you got to push. All the other stuff don't matter if you don't push yourself, okay? Nobody can want it more for you than you. All right? And you can't get mad whenever everybody else is pushing themselves. And they're like, oh, well, they're all healthy. Well, yeah, because they did the work, all right? And then finally, expect pushback from your pushing, right? Because we're going to get struggles. We're going to get negativity. And also another thing that happens is that we want instant success overnight. Like let's take working out, for example. A lot of us start working out and we don't see the body that we want. When we wake up the next morning, we're like, oh, well, let me go back to eating these 5 cupcakes. I'm not judging because I love me some cupcakes, okay? Or whatever it is. Remember, you're going to hit hurdles. You're going to hit obstacles. You're going to have struggles and negativity and pain along your journey. It's all part of the process, and it's only going to help to elevate you to that next level. Okay, so expect pushback from your pushing. All right. So lastly, for those of you, if you want to have some help with your pushing through and living your best life, then feel free to book your free consultation. bit.ly/LV Insight. Those 3 capital letters do make a difference whenever you're typing it in. But I hope that you guys got some good insights tonight. Don't forget to comment, engage, share this with your buddies. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you guys next Tuesday, probably in the evening now. It's looking like I'll likely be doing these more on Tuesday evenings, but share with your buddies. Have an awesome night. I've got a bath to get to kind of soothe some of this pain away. That Epsom salt is calling my name because I need to get back to walking. Like, I look like I'm 92 with the way I've been walking the past 4 days. And child, I can't do it anymore. This pain. I need it to go away so I can get back to working out, trying to live my healthier life. All right, you guys have an awesome night. I love you and have an awesome tomorrow. Bye.